Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group. And in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about how we worked with a company called Momentum Telecom to help save them quite a bit of money on their fiber internet service in multiple locations. So today I have a very special guest with me, Charinna Kushnir with Momentum Telecom, to actually talk to you guys and tell you a little bit more about this customer, talk about what their scenario was and exactly what she did to help them. How are you doing today, Charinna?
I'm great, Prince. Thanks for having me this morning.
So before we get into who this mystery client is and how you guys helped save them a lot of money, could you tell us a
Yeah,
little bit more about yourself and about Momentum Telecom and kind of what you guys do over there?
absolutely. I'm happy to. So I've been in telecom for 17 extremely long years. And so as a result, I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of different organizations. And I've been with Momentum now for 5 years of my 17-year career in this business. And what's great about Momentum, there's a couple things. We've been doing this since 2001, so we've been in the space for a very long time. And what we continue to do as an organization is evolve and add products and services that our customers need. So in our inception and to this day, we are a hosted voice and SIP trunking provider. And in the last few years, we've actually added a fiber product, both that's international and national, to our portfolio, as well as SD-WAN. So what that makes us now as an organization is a complete end-to-end solution for our customers, but also a solution where we can just provide one segment. So in the case of the customer that's our case study today, they were really just looking to replace their existing fiber provider, which was AT&T, and looking for a new solution. So that was that's kind of sort of the high level of who we are as an organization. We're based out of Atlanta, Georgia. We also have offices in Philadelphia. We have an office in Birmingham, Alabama, and we have an office in Phoenix, Arizona. And again, our fiber product is both national, so there's really no place in the United States that we can't reach, as well as an international product. So anybody who's trying to connect offices between the US and international site, maybe a colo internationally or nationally, we can help with those types of deployments as well.
Awesome. So now let's jump into the client. I know that you guys can't
Mhm.
mention the name of this client, but tell the viewers a little bit more about this client's scenario,
Absolutely.
why they came to you, and exactly kind of what transpired. And by all means, even though we can't name the client in this video, by all means, let the viewers know exactly approximately how much they were able to save.
Yeah, I'm happy to, Prince. So the customer is a very large not-for-profit organization based out of the Texas area. The scenario is that they were grossly oversubscribed to AT&T in terms of their fiber circuits, the size of their organization, the MPLS structure that they had in place. So what we did was we went location by location because they are a multi-location customer, again, in Texas, and looked at each individual location. And what I mean by looked at the location is we looked at the number of users in each location, we looked at what the actual bandwidth confines or restraints were for each location, how much data was being transferred, voice over IP, looking at each video, looking at each segment of their organization and what the actual bandwidth requirements were per location. And as we sort of unraveled this, and it took several weeks and conference calls with their IT department, with my engineering resources to make sure that we accurately fit this customer for their actual needs. Because a customer that has 10 employees, unless they're pushing very large files, doesn't necessarily need a gig of data. They're probably more a customer that needs 100 megs of data or 500 megs of data. And they were paying $17,000 a month for
Jeez.
their circuits, which again, they were grossly oversubscribed that we found out as we started digging into what their actual needs were. By the time we finished the exploratory and sort of figured out how many IP addresses each location needed, what the actual fiber requirements were, we were down to needing about $3,000 in actual circuits versus the $17,000 that they were paying for. And the cost savings was actually enough to justify even some early term fees that they were having with AT&T. Another big part of this project was the customer service. So they weren't getting great support. They were having a hard time working with AT&T on this project. And what they've gotten from our organization and from our project management team is the constant touches. And knowing that they'll have my back end team to support them in the event that they are to have an outage, they are able to call into Momentum support. And that's a very different experience than calling into a large company like AT&T and trying to get support. So we really are their partner in this project. My project management team is their partner in this project, and we're having a very, very smooth implementation. We're looking for about 90 to 120 days till we're fully turned up and they're off of AT&T. But we are progressing nicely, and we are on track to install all of their circuits in all of their locations.
Awesome, awesome. Now that we kind of went into that customer, for anybody who is watching this video that
Sure.
has heard the story of what this client went through, and they're thinking to themselves, whether they're nonprofit or for-profit corporation or company, if they're thinking, oh my God, this is exactly my scenario. I'm stuck in a contract with XYZ, internet or fiber provider. I feel like I'm overpaying too much. What would your message be to them, for anybody who's watching that feels like they're in the same boat where they're overpaying and they're just not sure what to do or kind of where to turn?
Yeah, reach out to Prince and let's do an audit. I mean, that's the quickest way to figure out whether you're a good fit. So, there are two scenarios here, right? Scenario number one is maybe you're currently just using, let's say, Comcast coax or Cox coax, and you're looking for more bandwidth, or you need a connection that's dedicated versus a shared connection because now you're layering video or now you're layering voice over IP traffic, and those circuits are just not providing enough dedicated bandwidth. And the price of fiber has come down significantly. Another scenario might be that you're moving your data to a colo or to a cloud, to Amazon, to Azure, to Alibaba. And so as a result, you're looking to increase your bandwidth. All of those scenarios. And then there's sort of the other scenario, which is the one that we described, which is a customer that's grossly oversubscribed and needs somebody to audit. The thing that I want everybody to walk away with today is come to us and ask. The worst case scenario is what we can tell you it's not a fit or it's something we can't help with. But unless we see what the customer is looking for and what they're trying to achieve with this project, we can't tell you whether it's a good fit or it's not a good fit. 9 times out of 10, we have a solution. Sometimes we don't, but give us a shot. Let's try it. Let's talk through what you're trying to accomplish, what your requirements are, and then let's size you appropriately. So again, let me describe some scenarios that are great fits.
Go for it.
You're looking to add bandwidth because you're layering voice over IP traffic. You're looking to add bandwidth because you're adding video conferencing, and obviously video takes a lot of bandwidth and it requires dedicated bandwidth. You are moving your data to the cloud, to Alibaba, to Azure, to Google, to Amazon, to AWS, and you're looking for connectivity between a colo and your office. That's a great scenario. You have an overseas facility and you need connectivity between the United States and some overseas location, regardless of whether that be Russia or China or Brazil, any location. Or you may have, actually your organization may have shrunk and you need to reevaluate your bandwidth and see if you're oversubscribed. Any of those possible scenarios are great for us, and they should absolutely be brought to our attention. We're happy to jump in and help and see where we might be able to assist and bring in more bandwidth or less bandwidth.
Awesome. One last thing before we go. So
Sure.
what's new at Momentum Telecom? Just really briefly, could you fill in the viewers about some other things that may have come up recently? Any new developments you guys are working on that also help benefit small business with either their voice over IP or data or internet or whatever that may be?
So the hot topic of the hour is Microsoft Teams, and we absolutely have a product We have been a Microsoft developmental partner since 2005. So we're really, really excited to roll out the voice enablement of that product. So if you are looking for the next layer, which is the voice enablement and actually a connection to the PSTN for Microsoft Teams, bring those projects to us as well. We're happy to talk about where it's a good fit and where it's not. Prince has tons of great information that he can share with you about Teams and the voice enablement platform that Momentum has. And that is definitely our definitely a big hot topic right now. And that is also a platform that is requiring a lot of companies to upgrade their fiber because there's a huge video portion to that, obviously, where we are doing screen sharing and collaboration, and does require dedicated connection of potentially fiber. So that kind of goes really hand in hand with what we are talking about today, but definitely Microsoft Teams is the hot topic of the hour in telecom these days.
Awesome. And shameless plug for those of you watching for Momentum Telecom. We've worked with Momentum and Charinna on many different deals and quotes in regards to fiber. And I can honestly say, you guys typically almost always come in at best price. I know price isn't everything, but with you guys, white glove service and the level of support that you offer, that tends to be better than what your big guys out there like a AT&T or Comcast or Spectrum may offer. On top of a really nice price, it's kind of an attractive bundle. So anyways, I want to thank you for being on the video today, Charinna. For those of you who are watching, if you fall into the category of the things that she has mentioned and you feel like you're overpaying for your fiber or internet service and would like an evaluation, or you need new fiber or internet service or voice over IP for a new location or new business or whatever it may be, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to put you in touch with Charinna over at Momentum Telecom. This is Prince Rich, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll talk to you guys again in the next video. Thank you for being here.